Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you a video today to explain something that honestly I never thought I would have to explain, but due to some misinformation that's been spread around the internet. Quick disclaimer, if you read something or watch something on the internet and it's being, advertised as true, it doesn't necessarily make it true. It just means that it's information that's out there and you kind of have to use your own judgment as to whether or not this information is accurate or a good idea for that matter. And that's why I'm making this video, to explain whether or not it's a good or bad idea to wear your mid-cut Nike boots, or really any boot with laces for that matter, without the laces. Should you buy a Superfly, an Obra, or a Phantom and wear them without the laces just because you can? Well, I think the main reason why this particular question even gets asked in the first place is because of the existence of the Adidas Ace Pure Control, be it the 16 Plus, the original model, or the current 17 Plus. The thing to note though is that those are shoes designed to not have laces. They're not designed with laces and then Adidas gives you the choice to wear them with or without them. They're designed without laces and feature internal structures to hold your foot in place, acting as a lacing system, if you will. And I have my own opinions on the Pure Control and the laceless system in general. From an objective performance standpoint, I really don't think it is as good, but I'm not gonna talk about that in this video. If you wanna hear me explain that in more detail, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen to a video where I go over all of that. But again, to get back on topic for this video, I have as an example, the Nike Magista Obra 2 with the laces removed. Now obviously, because it is a one-piece upper, you can still put this shoe on without the laces and have it stay on your foot. It's not gonna immediately flop off. But with that being said, if you're playing with any kind of intensity at all, which I assume you would be if you're buying a $300 soccer shoe, everything you've just done by removing the laces completely eliminates any performance benefits, lockdown stability. You've destroyed the fit, feel, and performance qualities of that shoe by eliminating the laces. You've spent $300 on the pinnacle of soccer performance footwear and then made them worse, or in fact, I would say made them dangerous by removing the laces. Just as, I guess, a side-by-side example, it would be the equivalent of buying a high-end sports car, let's say a Ferrari, and then before driving it, completely deflating the tires or removing the rubber tires entirely and trying to drive it like that. It's a bad idea and it just doesn't make sense. So I'm really kind of surprised that there are as many people as there are that think that this is something that they should do and it's a good idea at all. So why should you only use these with the laces, or really any shoe for that matter? If a shoe is designed with laces, why is it a bad idea to remove the laces and then go about using them? Well, let's look at what laces actually do, because again, due to the marketing of something like a Pure Control, they've kind of made it a point to say that laces are something that is old technology and it does decrease the performance of the shoe, when in fact they're doing the exact opposite. They're actually the most important performance aspect of pretty much every shoe that has laces, because it's what's holding the shoe together. It's what's tying in all the elements as one and making the shoe function properly. So in the case of an Obra 2, and this is going to be a very similar breakdown for most shoes, you have a center part where the laces are positioned. Sometimes the laces are down the middle, sometimes they're towards the outside. Wherever they may be, the laces represent basically the weak point on the shoe. It's the part where there's going to be an opening, it's a part where there's going to be some stretch. And in the case of the Obra 2, you have elasticated Flyknit running where the laces are. And the reason why it's elasticated is so you can actually get your foot in and out of the shoe. If it wasn't elasticated, that process would be very, very difficult. Now, because it's elasticated, it's a weak point. So why do they put laces there? To eliminate the stretch through the middle of the shoe. Because like I said, upon more intense movements, that center part is going to stretch if there isn't anything holding it in place. And I'm gonna come up to the camera here and stick my hand inside the shoe as an example. So pretend that I'm wearing the shoe without any laces. So now the center part is free to stretch. If I put pressure, it stretches. So let's say I'm cutting from side to side and pressure is applied. That means that this center part is going to stretch. It's difficult to show you guys, but it's going to stretch. And that stretch means that your foot's no longer secure inside of the shoe. It's going to slide from side to side. Even worse, let's say you're planting for a strike. So you've planted your foot automatically because of the force of the direction where your energy is flowing. You're going to find that this is going to lift. It's going to want to lift. Your foot's going to want to come up off the base of the shoe. Without laces, it actually will. And the center portion will stretch like it is right now, which means that your foot's no longer on the base of the shoe, it's up here. It's floating inside of the boot, which also means that you've lost all of your heel lockdown. Your heel's now up here as opposed to down into the base of the sole. What have you just created? A ton of instability and really a dangerous environment to actually play in. You are putting your ankles at risk, you're putting your knees at risk. It's something that just is quite simply a bad idea from a safety standpoint, let alone a performance standpoint. Not only wearing the shoes without laces is going to make the shoe unsafe, it's also going to make the shoe feel very, very sloppy. Your foot's going to be sliding around on the inside. You can potentially have issues with discomfort because of this. And again, it's just a bad idea. The laces are there not only to secure that middle part, but in the case of the Obra 2, you also have internal structures attached to the lacing system. You have your fly wire cables that run from the lacing system into the base of the sole to secure your foot inside the shoe, prevent it from sliding from side to side when you are making those quick cuts, changes of direction, stops and starts, all kinds of soccer specific movements that obviously you're going to be doing if you're wearing $300 shoes. And you're also going to notice very specifically on this shoe, fly wire cables that run from the lacing system down into the base of the heel. Why are those there? To actually force your heel into the base of the shoe and prevent it from sliding around. A lot of people always ask me what is the most supportive shoe out there, and really no soccer shoe is going to provide support. They're pretty much all flat sole. The only thing that's going to determine the support of the shoe is how well they fit and how secure your foot is inside of the shoe. If it's not secure at all, which it won't be if you're not using the laces, you lost all your support, you lost all your stability, and again, you've created a shoe that not only doesn't perform well, it also is unsafe to wear. So that's really all there is to say on this particular topic. It's a bad idea in the case of the Obra 2. It's a bad idea in the case of any shoe. If they design a shoe with laces, there's a reason for that. They tie everything together, they provide all the stability. It's supposed to be used with the shoe if they come with laces. I guess the one argument that some people make in regards to wearing them without laces is that it's more comfortable, and I really don't even view that as a strong argument or an argument at all. It's pretty lame to me because there is no rule on how tight you have to tie your laces. I can understand if you don't like a super tight fitting shoe, but at the same time, you've spent $300 on a shoe that's supposed to fit as close to your foot as possible. These are designed as tight-fitting footwear. With that said, you don't have to tie the laces as tight as they can possibly go. You can leave them with minimal tension, but that minimal tension still plays a huge role in securing that middle part of the foot and securing the rest of the upper, which allows the shoe to perform as it's supposed to. If you eliminate the laces entirely, not only is it going to be, I guess, less comfortable for you upon actually moving, you've again ruined the performance quality of the shoe and you've made an unsafe piece of footwear. So to summarize things, I guess moral of the story here is not everything you see on the internet is true, and just because it's presented as a good idea does not make it a good idea at all. Is this something I would recommend doing? Absolutely not. Is this something you should try? Absolutely not. There's no reason to do it. It really is just a dumb idea, simply put. So if you buy shoes with laces, wear them with laces. There's a reason why they're there, which hopefully I explained well enough for you in this video. If you have any questions on this topic, I guess, leave them down below in the comments and I will do my best to answer it in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below as well. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.